Hello guys, welcome to a new video. As you all may have heard already, the new corruption vendor is out, and I wanted to talk to you about what corruptions to get, what to save up, which traps to avoid, what I think is the perfect setup of corruptions for Feral, and stuff like that. So, if you're not aware of the concept, I'll go over it really quick. Mother, here in the Chamber of Heart, is selling essences, as you know, but now she's also selling these preserved contaminants. There's a selection of 6 of these per week, and they contain all the different corruptions on different levels. So, for example, we got this week, or this cycle, Honed Mind 1, a Masterful 2, I think. We got Expedient 3, we got Ineffable Truth 1 or 2, I'm not sure. Not a corruption I'm used to. We got Strike Through 2, and we got Twisted Appendage 3. The selection switches on each minor assault reset, so on the weekly reset, and for Europe it's Saturday evening at 8 o'clock. Okay, so I'll quickly open this for reference here. This is a site, if you don't know it, herodamage.com. You can find a lot of different sims here. So, for example, this is the average DPS gain per point of corruption. On number 1, by far, is Devour Vitality, the effect of the mod weapon that you can get. And you should always get that. That's a huge DPS gain for Feral, and I'm using it in both Raid and M+. Second of all, we got Gushing Wound, which is a really strong effect that I now just got from my weekly chest, only to hear that it gets nerfed by 35% next reset. So it will be a lot weaker, but also relatively strong still. I think it will be in the range of Severe and the Twisted Appendage. Number 3, we got Infinite Stars, an effect that's really strong if you can get up to the 10 stacks that I mentioned there. If you can't get up there, it's not quite worth it. Okay, sorry. The next effect on this list here is Severe. It's a flat percentage gain of your critical strike. This here is rank 3 with 12%, and it's overall a really strong corruption. The next one is the Twisted Appendage, which spawns tentacles that cast Mind Flay on your target. It's okay, it's a single target corruption. The problem I have with it, same as Infinite Stars, not quite as bad, but still not optimal, is that it's really proc reliant. So, for example, if you're proccing like 5 Mind Flays in a really short time at the start of a pull with Bloodlust, all that stuff, and the fight doesn't last really long, your DPS just explodes. But you can also have bad luck and it doesn't proc at all, or really a few times, and then it's not worth it all. So I don't really want to go for this kind of corruption. The next one is Strike Through, just increasing the damage and healing, but mostly the damage for us of course, of critical strikes by up to 4%. And then we got a lot of stat procs, like Home Mind here is a mastery proc, Void Ritual is a main stat proc, it is all secondary stat proc. Yeah, let's not talk about Echoing Void. Flat Versatile, which increases your versatility, same as Severe, and other stuff that is not really worth to mention here. So, what you're probably wondering is what corruptions you should get. I just simulated my gear, and besides switching to a more Heart of Darkness reliant setup, this simulation suggests, God, I can't talk anymore, that I should switch to Twisted Appendage 3 and equip a Dragon Scale instead of what I have equipped now, which is, let me see really quickly, I'm not sure, I think it's the Void Twisted Titan Shot. No, it's the Vital Charged Titan Shot. I should unequip this one and instead equip, where is it, the Dragon Scale for more haste. So now you're probably wondering, hey, why did it suggest twisted appendage when, according to this chart, that is weaker than severe, for example. That has a multitude of reasons, one of which is, of course, that I already got a relatively high crit with 37%, about 2000 critical strike rating, and I also already got a severe piece equipped. The problem with stats is that there is a thing called diminishing return. So the more of one stat you have, the less effective it is. So for example, if you have 0 critical strike rating, it will be a lot more beneficial to get a piece with crit than it is when all your pieces already have crit on it. So it suggests that I should get the Mind Flay Tentacle thing. I think when you check most of the logs, we can do that right now. If Warcraft logs is back up. Let's hope it is. No, it isn't. Oh my god. Yeah, if you check most of the top logs for different boss fights, you will see that a lot of druids are running Severe, Gushing Wound, and Mind Flay. The problem is they got those top logs by having the Mind Flay Tentacles proc a lot of times. They were just lucky and got a lot of procs and by that a lot of damage. I think if you have this luck and can get these twisted appendages to proc a lot more often, then it's a really fun corruption to play with and really strong. But you won't have a consistent DPS of oral fights. As you may have noticed, I didn't come to a conclusion yet, but it will follow now. What I would recommend to you in terms of getting corruption: don't go for this twisted appendage, because it's, as you can see, it costs 13,200 echoes of ny'alotha, which is a whole lot. Other corruptions, like, let's see here, Expedient free, 12% haste, costs 5,000. I'm pretty sure that Severe free will also cost 5,000. So if you notice that your character, your feral, doesn't have any good corruptions at all, it's much more beneficial to buy more of these really good cheap corruptions, like Severe, and maybe Versatile even. Because you can get a lot of those and increase your power level by a lot for a relatively low cost. If you're like me, who also already has a Devourer Vitality piece, a Severe free piece, a Gushing Wound piece, then you may think about maybe getting this Twisted Appendage. I would equip it on my belt, and by that get up to 69 corruption. I'm playing with a maximum of 79 corruption, so I'm even open for like 10 more corruption. I don't think there are any pieces that would be viable to equip there, because maybe the avoidance 1 thing would be equivalent in that regard, but let's not think about that. Back to the topic. As I already have relatively good corruptions, I may go for the Twisted Appendage, because I don't have any of these pieces yet, and they can be relatively strong in single target fights if they proc quite often. Also got nice haste items like this Dragon Scale, for example, and therefore can get these things to proc more often. So it may be viable for me to farm a few more Echoes of ny'alotha and get these Twisted Appendages on my belt, which already is a 475 piece and has a socket, which is really beneficial for me. Because that's a thing you should notice here. Some of these corruptions, like Gushing Wound, Infinite Stars, and Twisted Appendage, they scale with your item level. So if you have a 475 piece, and put Gushing Wound or Twisted Appendage on it, it's a lot stronger than if you put it on a 445 piece. That could be a factor in selecting which corruption to buy, because you, if you don't have high item level pieces, these things like Severe or a Strike Through even may be a lot stronger than these Twisted Appendages, for example. Okay, I rambled a lot, I lost the train of thought a few times, but I hope you realized what I was going for, what I tried to explain. I thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I'm happy to see you next time. Bye bye.